Hi friends, my name's Sophie, and today we're going to do a 20-minute power flow. So great when you just need a quick fix and don't have a lot of time, or maybe you do have a lot of time and you still want to do 20 minutes of yoga. Great, that's me often as well. So let's get started on our backs. Set up like you're coming into bridge pose. Arms down by your sides, feet right under your knees separated a couple inches apart from each other. And take your arms overhead. So the backs of the hands rest on the ground. And take an inhale. As you exhale, lower your arms down and lift your hips up. Inhale, lower the hips up and take the arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, hips lift. Inhale, hips down, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, hips up. Let's do a couple more times. Lower the hips, lift the arms overhead. Lower the arms, lift the hips. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Pause here and bridge. Slide your shoulder blades closer together under your back. Press your hands down. Lift the hips and anchor your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. So there's a sense of like hugging your legs in towards each other. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down to the ground. Take your feet wide and windshield wiper your legs side to side to release the back and the hips. Now bring the the feet together and the knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your arms again down by your sides with your palms face down and lift your hips up off of the ground. So it's like we're in bridge, but we have a butterfly position with our legs. Lift higher, lift higher. And so now we're really feeling the outer glute muscles engage. Still anchor your tailbone towards the front of the mat for 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. Bring your knees up towards your chest, but keep them wide. Hold on to your knees with your hands and rock side to side. Good, then bring the knees into your chest. Take your arms into cactus, palms face up, and drop your knees all the way to the right. So don't worry about getting the knees down to the ground. Just focus on getting the left shoulder flush to the earth. So you might slide your right shoulder out to the right a little bit. So you can get the back of the left shoulder blade flush to the earth. Soften the front of the neck. Soften the jaw. And breathe into this twist in the upper back. Bring your knees back up to center. Drop them over to the left. Root down through your right shoulder blade. Maybe slide your left shoulder out to the left a little bit. Bring your knees back up to center. Wrap your arms around your knees. And we're going to make our way right into a forward fold. So you're going to stand on your 2 feet at the front of the mat. So you could rock a few times, or maybe you just need one rock, and that's enough momentum until you get into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand and reach your arms all the way up. Stay here and interlace your hands. And keep your thumbs and index fingers pointed and your arms straight up to the sky. Take a side bend to the right. Option to bend your knees slightly and take your left leg back behind you over to the right side. This is kind of crossing over like you're doing a curtsy lunge. Continue to bend through the left side body. Then rise back up to center, stand tall. Side bend to the left. Slight bend of the knees if you want, right leg over to the left. Rise back up to center. Release your arms down by your sides. Good. Reach your arms back up to the sky. Fold forward. Bring your hands all the way down. Lift up halfway and step back into plank. Take a moment to shift front to back in your plank. So you're shifting onto the balls of the feet and then onto the toes. Your shoulders go forward of the wrists and then back. And then start to take some circles, little tiny circles around. Do 3 in one direction and 3 in the other direction. Just feel how the weight shifts. It's definitely challenging to do this. And come back to center. Set your knees down on the ground. Lower down halfway for chaturanga. So keep your elbows in by your ribs and press right back up to a modified plank. Again, lower down halfway, hold, and press right back up. Once more, lower, and press all the way up. And downward facing dog, your hips go up and back. Let your head relax between your upper arms. Look towards the front of the mat. Step or hop forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your palms to your heart and bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Lower down with or without your knees for chaturanga and come right back up to plank or modified plank. Again, lower down halfway and rise back up. This time go all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes, lift your chest up, reach your arms back to the back of the mat. It's like you're doing a half lotus, locust. Lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Now reach your arms straight out in front of you. Take your arms into cactus. And set your fingertips down right outside of your mat. And lift your chest up wide, tall. Let me get my pets out of the way. Go ahead. My dog always just chases my cat around. Typical. Drop your left shoulder, twist to your right. Come back up to center. Drop your right shoulder, twist to your left. Rise back up. Lower back down to the ground. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, and press all the way up to plank and then downward facing dog. Take a breath in and breath out. Bring your feet together. Lift your right leg all the way up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Yes. Option to lower onto your left forearm. Straighten the right leg back out and also put your right forearm down so you're right into a one-legged dolphin pose. Good. We'll rise back up onto both hands for a one-legged dog or three-legged dog. And step the right foot between the hands for low lunge. Rise up to high lunge. Arms reach up. Then take your right arm back behind you and twist to the right. Option to set your right hand onto your left hamstrings and take your left arm up and take a little kind of twist / backbend. It's a mix of both. Then bring your left elbow over to the right side of the right leg and come right into a prayer twist. Press the palms together. Notice if your weight is really shifting back, can you shift it forward a little bit more so that front leg takes a little bit more of the weight? Beautiful. Set the back knee down. come back to center and reach your arms up. Shift your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg for half splits and reach your arms back. It's like a floating half splits. Inhale, shift forward, reach your arms up. Exhale, shift back, reach your arms back. And again, inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And bring your hands down to the ground. And bring your hands over to the right side of the right leg. Or if that's too much, just keep your hands framing your front foot. This is just something to add on if you want more of a stretch. Beautiful. Now bring your arms back to frame your foot. Bend your right knee and come into standing split. So lift your left leg up. Now bring your left knee right next to your right knee for flamingo. Good. And shoot the left leg straight out in front of you for a one-legged squat, also known as a pistol squat. And if you fall down, no big deal, you just get back up. Good. We're going to make our way to a low lunge. So can you take your left leg straight back behind you, back into a lunge? Nice. Plant your hands. Step back to one-legged plank. Keep your right leg lifted as you lower onto your forearms for a forearm one-legged plank. Rise back up onto your hands. Still one-legged plank. Bring your right knee to your right upper arm. Extend it straight back behind you. Bring your right knee to your left upper arm. Extend it straight back. Set your foot down for plank and downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your feet together. Lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Option to put your right forearm down. Straighten your left leg back out and set your left forearm down also. Rise back up onto your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Step your foot between your hands for low lunge and rise up. High lunge. Take your left arm back behind you. Twist left. Option to put your left fingertips on your right hamstrings and reach your right arm up for a little twist and a back bend. From here, we'll make our way into a twisted lunge, prayer twist. So cross your right elbow over the left thigh and place your hands together in prayer and firm up your back thigh. So you want your back leg to be totally straight here. Set your back knee down. Come to center and reach your arms up. Shift your hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your left leg as you take your arms back behind you into half splits. Inhale, shift forward, reach your arms up. Exhale, shift back, half splits. And again, inhale forward. Exhale back. Bring your hands down onto the ground. And then option to bring your hands over to the left side as you keep your left foot flexed. Slow down your breath. And bring your hands back to frame your front foot if they're not already. Bend your left knee into low lunge. Lift your back knee up. Standing splits, so right leg goes up high. Now we'll shoot the right leg straight out in front of us into pistol squat. Do your best. Know that for a lot of people, this will be really challenging. So if you're falling over, if you're having a hard time balancing, it's okay. We'll make our way back into a low lunge. Right leg goes all the way back. We pause there, plant the hands, step back into one-legged plank. Keep your hips low and plank. Lower down onto your forearms. This is the hard part. Come back up onto your hands. Set your foot down. Downward facing dog. Good. Look forward. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to your right. Lift your right heel. And see if you can stand all the way up. Keep your elbow and knee connected and lift your right leg up. Stand as tall as you can. Now keep your right leg lifted, just turn and face forward, palms to the center of your heart. Take your right leg back behind you and keep your hands to your heart, but try to lift that right heel up like you're going into dancer pose, Natarajasana. Reach back with your right hand and grab onto the foot from the outside edge. And maybe your left hand also reaches back to grab onto the inside of the foot or the ankle. But you can also just do the right hand. And kick your foot back. It's kind of a variation on dancer. Good. Now release your foot. Come back into one-legged mountain. Reach your arms up and lift your right leg out in front of you with your knee bent. And extend your right leg straight out. Hold. Lift your leg high for 3, 2, lift it higher. 1, set your foot down. Release your arms down. Breathe. Chair pose. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist to your left. Hook your elbow. Press the hands together. Lift your left heel. Keep your elbow and knee connected and slowly stand all the way up. Good. Turn and face forward, but keep your left knee lifted. Then take your left leg back behind you and start to kick up. So we're really using the strength of our back leg to go into dancer pose. And you can feel your left glute muscles turn on, so keep lifting. Then with your left hand, grab onto the outer left ankle and reach back with your right hand maybe, and also grab onto the ankle from the inside and kick back and up. See if you can contain your core and your abdominal muscles by kind of anchoring them inwards, belly to the spine. Then we'll slowly release, reach the arms up as you lift the leg up. Take the left leg straight out in front of you, lift it as high as you can. I know this is hard. For 3, lift a little higher. 2, 1, release. Arms down by your sides. Shake it out. And then stand tall. And one more time, we'll come into chair. We'll make our way all the way down to the ground. So let's do boat pose. Sit all the way down. Take your legs up. Now lower down halfway. So keep your chest lifted, but you're low down. Look at your feet. In 5 seconds, we're going to come all the way to the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. What does it feel like to be completely still? Bend your knees. Take your feet as wide as the mat, even wider than the mat, and drop your knees in towards each other. You might feel a stretch on the outer hips and the outer legs. And lift your knees back up, slide your feet under your hips. Hug your knees into your chest. A nice little squeeze. A rock side to side. And release all the way down into Shavasana. Your legs go long, arms wide by your sides, palms face up. Take 2 sips of breath in through the nose. Open mouth exhale. Again, 2 sips in through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Once more. In, and out until you're completely empty. Lie here in stillness. Slowly start to bend your knees one at a time so your feet are flat. Then bring your knees back into your chest and rock yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing in this short practice. I hope that my pets weren't too much of a distraction. It is the time of day, it's kind of the end of the day, and they're waiting for dinner, so they start to get a little crazy. So hopefully you were practicing with your fur babies as well, if you have them. Okay, bring your hands together at your heart, and let's bow in gratitude for this practice. If you enjoyed the practice, leave a comment, subscribe, or simply like the video. Anything helps, and I really appreciate your support, and I hope that we can continue practicing together. I'll see you next time.